What's going on YouTube? Wild Lion Games here, and we finally got our College Football 25 trailer. And what in the hell? Yikes. Anyways, we got a trailer along with details about the game. EA Sports College Football 25 is dropping July 19th on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. You can pre-order the games now. Wanted to point something out that I saw that makes me really excited before we dive into some of the game's features. Let's take a look at this App State sequence. I know EA is going to make sure that, all the big schools like Michigan and Alabama, Oregon, Colorado, they're going to get all those details right down to the doorknobs in the locker room. No need to examine that. But the smaller G5 schools are also going to be receiving the love, and I really appreciate that. So when we take a look at App State's stadium here, they even have the Welcome to the Rock on the clubhouse side of the end zone. They have the grassy fan section with all the trees in the background, which looks great. They even have their bowl game victory banner along that upper deck wall, and all the players are accounted for on the roster, including the 2 tight ends blocking on kick return. And yes, even in this sequence, Wyoming has 2 number 40s on the roster. I double checked that too. They don't play each other this year, so I don't know why we got Wyoming and App State playing each other. So maybe it's someone at EA was just running an exhibition game. Anyways, there's so much to break down in this trailer for College Football 25. Let's go over all the features and game modes first. Team Builder is back. You heard it right. Create your own college program with the customization tools from the Team Builder website. You design the uniforms, helmets, field, upload your own logo. So Blue Mountain State Mountain Goats Dynasty, here we come. Thad Castle is going to be a 99 overall middle linebacker. You know it. But Team Builder was one of the fan favorite features back in the day that we actually ended up later losing about 5 or 6 years ago. It stayed up for a while after NCAA 14 and eventually got taken down. So it was a sad day for the customization community, but the good news is Team Builder is coming back. You can upload your teams to Play Now in private Dynasty mode, which means you can't take it online to play other players. So no using Blue Mountain State in your online Dynasty or in like an online exhibition match either. However, because it's done in Team Builder, you'll have access to the community's creations and you'll be able to download their teams as well, and they'll be able to download yours. Road to Glory is back, and we can live the life of a student athlete. Personally, I love playing career mode in sports games. For me, it's like taking the RPG elements of an action adventure game like Skyrim or Fallout, and you're just kind of like meshing that into a sports video game. So in Road to Glory, we get to manage our weekly schedule, GPA, our coach trust, and of course, the most important part, your performance on the field. My favorite versions of this game were actually back in the PS2 era. You had the visual of your dorm room, and you could go to practice, and each evening you had the choice to study for an exam. You can get some extra work in the weight room, or some stretching done, or extra practice, or maybe you go to a party and hang out with friends and stuff like that. And they all have their different pros. Studying gives you the answer of an upcoming exam, and yes, you actually had to take exams in the game, and if you failed and your GPA got too low, you wouldn't be able to play. Partying increased your campus popularity due to the original Road to Glory mode name was Campus Legend, becoming a legend on campus with your popularity and on-field play. And then getting the extra practice obviously improves your stats on the field. Now, NCAA 14 still holds a soft spot in my heart for getting to play like your entire senior season of high school football, including the state playoffs, before you really start. And that was a lot of fun. So like your school and all your opponents were also customizable, so you could potentially just recreate your actual senior season from high school if you wanted to. Back into the PS2 era, you got to run a bunch of drills and see where you would end up. So I'm curious as to learn more about this mode for College Football 25 and what it will entail. Dynasty mode, baby. This is the fan favorite of college football games, and the landscape of college football has changed drastically over the last 11 years since we've played a college football game. I mean, recruiting is totally different nowadays, and then on top of that, you have the NIL deals in the transfer portal. So how EA manages to balance the real life scenarios and also make it a fun part of the game should be exciting to see, because you have to gamify it to a certain extent to make it fun. But either way, I'm excited to sway recruits to my school with a lifetime membership to Sheets, or a contract with the local car dealership. We don't really have much information yet. We know you can create your coach, upgrade their abilities, which sounds a lot like the skill tree from NCAA 14 will be making a return in some way, shape, or form, so I'm stoked about that. Other than that, the game info is pretty basic at the moment. Obviously, we can recruit players from high school or the transfer portal. You build a powerhouse school, but the rest of the details remain to be a secret for now. However, the big news, 32-player online dynasty mode. I don't have 32 friends to play an online dynasty with, but I'm pretty sure that there'll be public leagues you can join, private leagues to create, and honestly, just the thought of trying to get a group together to do a 12 to 14 player Sunbelt Dynasty League where we're each taking control of a Sunbelt team, or just having a full league of 32 players all across the college landscape. It sounds awesome, dude. I'm pumped for online dynasty supporting up to 32 players. That's going to be sick. The other game mode I'm pumped for College Football 25 is the Road to the College Football Playoff. It will be an online competitive experience that is cross-platform, and from the little bit of details they've given, it sounds like it's going to be similar to that old Campus Challenge mode. If you're unfamiliar with the old college football games, there was a mode called Campus, I believe it was called Campus Challenge, and you played online with the school that you decided to represent, and your performance gained points or votes for that school. So if I decided to play with Miami and I play online, my performance and anybody else's performance that plays with Miami online collected into a pool, and the teams and the schools get ranked. It's like a campus challenge mode of which school had the best representation online, pretty much. So my guess is it will be similar to that. I'm also curious if maybe they'll lean more towards the Super Mega Baseball pennant race. In Super Mega Baseball, they have a game mode called Pennant Race, and it resets every 7 days. So day one, you choose a team, and you're playing with that team for the duration of 7 days. It resets every Sunday. You're placed in a group, and how you play within that group is where you finish, and that determines your rank and if you move up or down. So my guess is this, I'm wondering if they'll be similar to the old Campus Challenge mode, and also maybe a little mashup of Super Mega Baseball's Pennant Race. So there's not a whole lot of details yet. So I'm curious if it will be more player-centric, meaning your performance alone, or community-centric like the older games where it was based upon the community as a whole. So if I play as JMU, so do 999 other players. That means our collective performance as JMU from all the JMU users will be pulled together. Ultimate Team. Look, it's not for me. It might be for some of you. Honestly, look, if Ultimate Team is your thing, there's definitely better YouTube channels out there than mine that you should watch. I'll just say it now. I'm not going to waste your time. I'll mess around with it for a little bit. But I'll be honest, Ultimate Team is probably on the bottom of my list of things I'm interested in about the game. But the mode will be ultra familiar to everyone. You build your dream team, college football legends through card collecting. And that's all I got to say about Ultimate Team. Sorry. Another detail that I don't know if anybody saw or noticed, but on the pre-order screen, it says that College Football 25 will support up to 6 players online together, which tells me that we will have some sort of 3v3 online co-op option. So you and 2 other friends can play, co-op is 3 against another group of 3. And that'll be a lot of fun. So which team are you and your friends playing with online? To the trailer, there's a couple things to be excited about that I saw, and one being the pageantry of college sports. This has got me stoked as a JMU fan. Not only am I excited just to see JMU football in the video game, I'm excited to see Bridgeforth in the backdrop of the Shenandoah Mountains, hopefully. I can't wait to see the touchdown streamers in the game. For those of you who don't know, when JMU scores a touchdown, their fans throw these purple and gold streamers in the stadium. It's a wild scene. We have fireworks shooting off, got the Marching Royal Dukes. I hope it all makes an appearance. We get to see Howard Brock in the game. Notre Dame's play like a champion sign. The CU Buffs are going to be running out on the field with the Buffalo. We see Auburn release the bald eagle in the stadium. All these traditions from all these different schools. Clemson running down the hill. EA seems to have focused a lot of attention on capturing that game day atmosphere, at least from this trailer, and I bet it's going to make this game feel so alive. The sideline celebrations is number 2. We get a quick glimpse of the Alabama turnover belt, another quick glimpse of Pittsburgh dunking the basketball on the hoop and the sidelines. We even see the Michigan team photo, which leads me to believe that we're going to get to see these for other schools. I hope we get the Miami turnover chain. It's iconic. It's the original. It's dope. They had a new coach that came in 2022 and got rid of it, which is lame in my opinion. But who knows? Maybe the game will allow us to use it. Plus, all that being said, I'm hoping that we get to see some of these other, turnover celebration props. Kennesaw State has the plank. UNLV has the slot machine. UAB has this giant dragon skull. So I'm hoping that, we're seeing Pittsburgh's dunk and we're seeing Alabama's turnover belt. I'm really hoping that we get to see all the other schools' turnovers. And when we get to create a school and a team builder, I'm hoping that maybe we get to have our own turnover prop on the sidelines. We also get a super short glimpse at the weather effects like snow in the Wyoming game. Got some rain coming down in Washington, it looks like. They both look phenomenal, not really much to analyze, honestly, besides they're just there and they look pretty good. So I just wanted to point that out. And that's going to be it for me, everybody. I'm going to wrap this thing up. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want more football gaming content, both, College Football 25 and other sports video games, give this channel a subscribe. I cover mostly football titles, sometimes other sports titles as well when it comes to reviews, but 90% of the time it's football. But anyways, thanks again for tuning in, and until next time, peace.